Yo, what is going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to replace the fuel injectors on your BMW E90 or E92. Right here I have my new fuel injectors. These are actually remanufactured. What remanufactured is going to be is it's going to be used fuel injectors that have the caps, the filters, and the O-rings and everything like that replaced. Ideally, these should function like new. They have new O-rings on them and they have new filters and caps. The fuel injectors I have on mine, I believe, are leaking. On warm starts, it gives a little hiccup on the car, almost like a misfire, but it doesn't throw any codes. I'm just at that mileage where I feel like it'd be a good gain just for me to go ahead and replace them. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and remove the cabin air filter and all of the little plastic covers on there. That's gonna give us better access to our fuel rail. So from here, go ahead and lift these little tabs right here. Pop that off, put that off to the side. Just like that. Same thing over here. We're just gonna go ahead and pop that off and put that off to the side as well. From here, we're now gonna pull this just so we can unmount it. And now we're gonna have our 8mm screws located right there. And we're gonna go ahead and take those off. All right, I'll put that off to the side. Now simply grab this and pull up. And now from here we should have a screw right up there on that side. It's going to be an 8mm. And now from here we can go ahead and pull off the housing for the cabin air filter. Now you can see we have way better access to our fuel rail. So the first thing you want to go ahead and do to remove your fuel injectors and your fuel rail is this little relief port right here. You're going to uncap this. So go ahead and just untwist this. If you look very closely inside of here, you can see a little black relief port. I'm going to go ahead and get a flathead screwdriver, press that down, and get a cloth and let out some of that gas pressure. And we're going to press it down. Alright, so now from here, while it's still mounted, we're going to go ahead and remove the fuel line. So this little blue piece, we're going to push it in towards the vehicle. And while we push that in, we're going to pull this whole line off. Alright, so I went ahead and put a towel under here. A good trick to get this line off is you're going to pull it forwards. So you're going to pull this whole entire line forwards towards you as you press down this blue part. Just like that, and put that off to the side. Now we can go ahead and actually work on our fuel rail. Alright, so now from here we're going to go ahead and remove the fuel rail harness. And so the best way to get this off is getting like a flathead screwdriver or something without breaking it, putting it in there and going along and prying up gently as you go along without cracking the valve cover. And we're going to go ahead and just pry it basically and get all those harnesses off each injector. Maybe I'll have good luck and just be able to pull it off. Oh wow, dang, okay. Surprising. I did this on my buddy's car and it was such a pain, such a hassle. But it looks like on my car. Bam. Good to go. Sweet. Alright, so now from here we're going to go ahead and grab our 10mm socket on our ratchet. And this is a lot easier if you use an extension, I will say that. But we're going to go ahead and start removing the fuel rail bolts. Alright, be careful not to drop these. We're going to put these off to the side. And just so I can better show y'all the location of the bolts, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright guys, so now the only thing holding this rail in is going to be the O-rings for the fuel injectors. So now we're going to slowly go ahead and pry this out piece by piece with making sure not to bend anything. I just set the camera down really quick because I wasn't able to record and do this at the same time. All you're literally going to do is just grab the fuel rail. I use this so it doesn't cut my hands because it's metal. And you're going to pull straight out of the head. Alright, and just like that, you can remove the fuel rail. And here's my old fuel injectors with 170,000 miles on them. Honestly, not terrible. Oh, except this one. This one is very bad. Got dirt and contamination around it. Just for reference, this is a remanufactured one, and y'all can see the difference. Alright, so now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to get a flathead screwdriver and these little latches right here, you can see them. We're gonna go ahead and work those off. And so this clip, all you're gonna do is get a flathead screwdriver, slide it off. This is what's actually holding the injector in place, so do not lose this. Sorry it's hard to show you all with one hand, but that's basically what you're gonna do. You don't even really need a flathead. Again, I am working with one hand, so sorry I couldn't show y'all. But basically your fuel injector is gonna be seated in here. Best way to remove this is put this down right here. With the other hand, grab where this little electrical connector is, and literally you're just gonna pull it out. You have to wiggle it back and forth and pull it out. You have to use a good amount of force. So now from here, before installing our new O-rings, we're basically gonna go ahead and lubricate all of them with just a little bit of silicone grease. So just gonna a little bit, put it around the top O-ring and bottom O-ring. It's gonna help it slide into the fuel rail and into the head of the actual vehicle better. All right, so just get a little bit of grease on your finger. Go around the O-ring just like that. And now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for all of them. All right, so you can go ahead and see we already installed our new injectors. All you're going to do is lube up all of the O-rings on the top and bottom to ensure they slide in. And then you're really just going to slide them into here. So I would have showed y'all, but like I said, I'm doing this with one hand, so a little bit hard. Main thing to remember is on this little tube right here, the little gas tube, your electrical connectors on the injectors are going to face on the outside. So I'm telling you this now, so you don't try to pop this in and figure out that you put the injectors in the wrong direction. Tube is going to be facing the opposite direction of the fuel injector harnesses. So from here we can reinstall this. All you're going to do is punch this down, and remember your gas tube is going to be on the outside. So first we're really just going to position them, and then now we're going to evenly go ahead and just press down. Alright, and one way you'll know you installed these correctly is the mounting tabs are going to line up. So one thing I recommend is you straighten this fuel rail out exactly how you took it out, just like that, and then start pressing, and you'll see everything will line up. From here we're going to hand screw in our mounting bolts, and I like to do the first one and then I hop across to the very last one. What that's going to do is just going to make sure that the fuel rail stays held down all evenly. And our last mounting bolt. Alright, so now from here we're going to go ahead and evenly torque everything down. So I would highly recommend a torque wrench for this. I don't have one, so we're just going to use basically common knowledge. Torque these down to where they're tight, but don't overbearingly do it. About right there. Alright, now after everything's all torqued down, we're going to go ahead and plug in our fuel injector harness. So this is pretty self-explanatory. Just go ahead and line them up and press them down as you go. Alright, and they are good to go. From here, we're going to go ahead and reinstall our fuel line onto the fuel rail. Simply go ahead and grab it and pull it in towards you. And you'll hear it make that clicking noise when it's all done. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get our pressure valve right here. A little screw for it. Simply screw it on. That is good. And now we're simply just going to go ahead and wipe down any gas that spilled out in the surrounding area so we don't cause any fire issues. And now, before reinstalling all of our cabin air filter and everything like that, we're going to go ahead and power on the vehicle, turn it on, and make sure that the fuel injectors are good to go. All right, go ahead and pop in the key. Now we're going to turn the car on, see how it runs. Moment of truth. Don't be worried if the car has issues starting up at first. There's going to be no fuel in the fuel line at all, so it doesn't have to run fuel through there. So now we're going to go ahead and give it some light revs. Wow guys, I'm going to say right now, the throttle response is so much better. Like, I'm not exaggerating guys, I barely was tapping the throttle and my RPMs were actually shooting way up higher than they usually would. Now we're going to go ahead and check for leaks along here. Well guys, if you don't see fuel, you don't smell fuel, there's no leaking fuel. Now we're going to go ahead and reverse our steps. We're going to go ahead and reinstall our cabin air filter shrouds. Alright, we're going to reinstall our 8mm screw now. Alright, from here we're going to go ahead and put our cabin air filter back in. And now we're going to go ahead and refit our 8mm screws. Alright, so now we can go ahead and put our little covers back on. Just like that. We're going to reconnect our connectors. Just like that. So now from here we're going to slide our engine cover back on. And what I go ahead and recommend to all of you guys is don't put the bolt that's in the back. Just slide it on, put the front to. If you ever break down the side of the highway, you don't want to have to remove all of that just to get to the one rear bolt. So I only recommend that you put in the front too. You replace fuel injectors on your BMW E90 or E92. I felt the difference immediately. My injectors have 170,000 miles on them, so I can't imagine how clogged those filters are and how unevenly they're probably spraying. So if you're having any leaking fuel injectors or any weird misfires that maybe aren't throwing codes, or maybe they even are throwing codes, but you can't find out what it is, check your fuel injectors. As always, guys, I love y'all. I hope you enjoyed this DIY. If y'all did, go ahead and drop a thumbs up. Any questions, comments, or concerns, drop a comment down below and I'll be sure to help y'all out. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.